Just a quick update on this story for you now. Russia's central bank says the banking system there is stable. Bank cards are working as usual and clients' funds are available at any time. Our Brussels correspondent Dave Keating is standing by now. We can cross to him. Dave, the dust is starting to settle after these fresh sanctions were imposed on Moscow, with the bloc's foreign ministers also gearing up to discuss the war later this Sunday.
Yeah, now that this has been agreed in principle, comes the work of actually implementing it. So EU foreign ministers are going to meet here in Brussels this evening to start preparing this. We may have something actually adopted by the end of the day, but this is really complicated because they need to do this in a very surgical way. They're targeting only specific banks because they want to reduce the blowback effect on the European economy, on the European Union economy, because there are something like 80 billion euros involved here. And so the speculation, the reason why this was considered such an extreme step for so long is because especially economists knew that the blowback would be equal. The pain is going to be felt on both sides. What the EU foreign ministers will try to do tonight is design this SWIFT ban in a way that it mostly affects Russia and minimally affects the European Union. And that's why they're only targeting specific banks, and notably, they're exempting the energy sector. So it looks like Gazprom will still be able to receive payments via SWIFT. The concern, of course, is Gazprom is providing gas to European Union countries. If the gas can't go anymore because the European countries can't pay for it, that could throw people into cold and darkness. So they want to try to avoid that. So there are some caveats with this. Now, the other financial sanction announced by President von der Leyen last night is this freeze on the Russian central bank. That is also a very big step. Just as an example, the United States has only ever done this to 3 countries: North Korea, Venezuela, and Iran. So it shows really what a big step this is, especially for a central bank as big as Russia's, right in the middle of the world economy. As the central bank was pointing out, these sanctions will mostly affect international transactions, so they're not expected to affect the average Russian. It's a little unclear whether the average Russian could still be receiving SWIFT payments. For instance, companies that employ people in Russia that are based in North America or in Europe, can they continue paying their employees? That's unclear right now, and that's the type of detail that they'll need to work out tonight.
We're also seeing some member states in a separate development send more weapons and ammunition to help Ukraine. And Dave, Germany in particular has been a country that's made something of a U-turn on this issue.
Yeah, a huge U-turn. There was a huge U-turn by Germany yesterday on 2 issues. One was SWIFT, which they were blocking before, and the other is this reversal of Germany's historic stance, saying that it would not send arms to conflict zones. That has been upended yesterday. Germany announced that it's sending 1,000 anti-tank missiles and 500 anti-aircraft missiles to Ukraine. There was a lot of pressure on Berlin to end this post-World War II policy that they've always had, because not only was it preventing Germany from sending arms to Ukraine, it was also preventing other countries from sending arms. For instance, the Netherlands and Estonia wanted to send military equipment to Russia, but they couldn't because the military equipment was originally manufactured in Germany. And this applies to a lot of the military equipment around Europe. And Germany's policy was so broad that they also wouldn't give their authorization to have arms that even any component was made in Germany, to have those shipped to a conflict zone. So this will make a big difference. Now those arms can go from Estonia, can go from Netherlands, and of course the arms from Germany itself. Lots of other countries sending arms, France, Belgium. So that is really picking up very fast, and this shift from Germany will enable a lot of countries all around Europe to send arms that they couldn't before because they had components manufactured in Germany.
Dave Keating in Brussels, thank you very much.